like to think that in my mind, there's a whole royal court deciding what I do, kind of like Inside Out. Mine's like, I can be a little bit of a princess sometimes. I can be a court jester. But have you ever been the princess one moment and the court jester the very next? It happened to me, folks, and it can happen to you too. It was my senior year, and I had a bad case of senioritis. I was involved in a lot of stuff, but I wasn't going to the sports games, and I wasn't caught up. I was barely going to class. So the choir director asked me if I would sing the national anthem at one of the sports games. And one thing you gotta know about singing the national anthem, if you never have, it is the hardest song ever written. You have to start at the lowest of your range, otherwise when you get to the high notes, it'll be way too high. So it's a lot of pressure on that first note, and it's just a confusing song. It's got loopy verses, I don't know. So I figured, no matter how much I prepare, whatever happens when I get up there is gonna happen. So I decided to put more attention and effort into what I was gonna wear. And I had the cutest outfit. I had a little red blouse. It was tie in the front, felt so patriotic. I had my trousers on Tracy style, and I was feeling good. And I had these boots. They were new to me, but they were hand-me-downs from my Aunt Jody. Jody is a Pinterest aunt. I coined the term. She has the cutest style. She's always doing DIYs in her house and stuff. I love Jody. And so she brought these boots and said, any of the cousins want them. And I wear a size 9, but in high school I wore a size 8. I didn't know your shoes weren't supposed to hurt all the time. So when she brought these 7.5 size boots, I thought, I can squeeze into those. And I could, but it was like the shoe equivalent of a waist trainer, trying to get my foot in there. But I was wearing them nonetheless, and I went off to the school, and these shoes were the best because when you walk, you can hear them go clop, 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 clop. Not like the click, click, click of cheap heels, no. When I pulled up to the school, it was packed. And I had to park all the way out in the back of the parking lot, which the Ridgeline high schoolers called BFE. And I had to walk all the way, clop, 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 through the doors and into the gymnasium, where suddenly I could not hear my shoes anymore because of the hordes and floods of people, and because I was standing on a wrestling mat. I quickly realized that this was the regional wrestling competition of the region of northern Utah, and since it was such an important event, I was going to be standing in the middle of the gymnasium instead of where I normally would be, like behind the announcer booth under the tablecloth, basically. So I was like, okay, good, I'm glad I dressed cute, and I walked out onto the mat, and I started to sing. I gave him the Rockets' Red Glare. I nailed it. I didn't miss a single word. I hit my note. I even added a run in there, I think. I don't know. The high of the applause was too much for me. I don't remember. And it was over. I was, the princess in me. This is her moment to shine. I was taking it all in. I even think I gave a little... I handed off the microphone and I pivoted to walk directly out the door, because what am I going to stay and watch the game? Maybe I should have, but I took a step towards the door and my heel got caught in a fold in the wrestling mat. Have you ever fallen for so long that you're like conscious of it and you're like, no? Just for a second. But no matter, I caught myself with the next step, but then it turned into one of those like falls where you're trying to catch yourself and you just end up doing a weird run and you're like, and I face planted. Oh. Humiliating. I remember having the distinct thought, can I check everyone's phones on the way out and delete the footage, any evidence of this night? And then I don't remember much after that. Blacked out from humiliation, no doubt. But I do remember, on my drive home, I laughed at myself. What else can you do? And I realized that you can get on a stage, you can take a risk, because there is room for a full royal court in all of us.